Hello, everyone. My name is Jackie, and I am the librarian here at the Iron River Public Library in Wisconsin. And because of COVID continuing, we're going to be doing our story time again online. And so we're going to get started. This is our friend, Old Crow. He's come to help sing our opening song. And it goes like this. Tell me a story, tell me a story, tell me a story, one you haven't said. Tell me about the birds and bees, how to make a chicken sneeze. Shoot! Tell me a story, and then, well, Sammy, the old crow there, sometimes called Sammy, really enjoys that song a lot. But he is not going to be here today to talk about what we're actually going to be talking about. And we're going to be talking about sloths. Now, what is a sloth? Well, I have one right here. This is one of the puppets we have at the library. You can see him. He's got lots of long claws. There he is like that. And what you need to know about sloths is there's mainly two kinds, one that have 2 toes and one that have 3 toes. And if we count our sloth's toes, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 sloth toes, yeah. Now, the sloth is kind of a unique animal, and that is it moves very, very slowly. And what would take you, let's say you just go outside today and run around the house 4 times. That would be about how long it would take a sloth to walk the length of your car. They go very, very slowly. They don't have a lot of energy. But another thing that's neat about a sloth is that they live in places of the rainforest where it's really warm. And they have animals and plants that actually grow on them. One of those is actually called a sloth moth. This is a picture of one here. You can kind of see it. But they actually are not found anywhere else except in the fur of sloth. Now, sloths, they eat slowly. They eat leaves and bugs and fruit. But what would happen, do you think, if a very slow-moving sloth decided to try to build something? Well, we are going to find out because Jasper, who is a fox, and his friend Ollie, who is a sloth, decide they're going to build a fort. Jasper and Ollie build a fort by Alex William. Hey, Ollie, how's this look? Should it be bigger? Yeah, it should be bigger. Jasper does Jasper does a lot of talking. Ollie's on the slower side for talking. Hey, Ollie, what do you want to do today? Jasper asks. He says, wait, I know we should build a fort. What do you think, Ollie? Do you think we want to build a fort? Sounds good too. Wait, I have an even better idea. We should each build a fort and then see whose is the best. I will pick out the perfect spot. There's Ollie. He's just starting to wipe his mouth from his snack. This seems like a good spot. What do you think, Ollie? Looks good. I'll go get my tools. This is really starting to come together. Wait, I should add a second floor. Look at that. Ollie's just getting started with his plans. And Jasper's got a whole layer already. Although it doesn't look real well put together, does it? That might be a problem later. So there's Ollie. He's looking at his plans, thinking what he's going to do. Meanwhile, Jasper is at the fort. This fort is looking pretty sweet. Wait, Ollie, it's looking a little too sweet. I need to protect it from intruders. So there goes Ollie, starting to build the steps up to his treehouse. Intruder, if you dare, crocodiles wanted. Wait, I need to add some support. So meanwhile, Ollie is building his platform on the top of his stairs. And Jasper is taping up the bottom with duct tape. That should be about just right. Let's do it. Wait, Ollie, it's time for our lunch break. Wow, Ollie's only built 4 stairs and a platform all morning, where Jasper has built a 2-story fort. So Ollie sits down and starts to eat his sandwich. Meanwhile, Jasper says, that sure was tasty. Wait, what are people going to do in my fort? He's always thinking about the next step. And Ollie's just eating his tea. Jasper's kind of a busy guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's a busy one. Tree swing, check. Twisty slide, check. Rock climbing wall, check. Wait, I need to add more support. Meanwhile, Ollie's putting up his blanket walls. And Jasper is, that's better. Wait, I almost forgot the final touch. You think he got caught up in his duct tape? I think you're right. There, Ollie's got his 4 walls. This may be the greatest fort ever. Look at that. They got a whole Jasper-like statue to put at the top of the fort. Okay, Ollie, prepare to be amazed. There's Ollie's fort with the blankets on the platform. And here's Jasper's fort. Look at that. Behold. Look at that. It's got the twisted slide. It's got the tire swing. It's got the rock climbing wall. And also it's, wait, I need to add more. Crash. Support. That base just couldn't hold up that big, huge fort, could it? No. Hey, Jasper, do you know what my fort has? Jasper doesn't look like he's listening very well, does he? He's kind of bummed. No. Room for 2. You know what, Ollie? I think your fort is the best. The end. Jasper and Ollie's fort. That was written by Alex William. Well, that was quite a fort there, wasn't it? Oh, that stuff on there. Oh, all kinds of good stuff to play with, but it just couldn't stand up, did it? No, it couldn't. Now, Ollie and Jasper were living in an area that looks a lot like Iron River, but it is not a spot where they would be. And there's a lot of things in that story that just aren't what happens with sloths. We are going to be singing a song called Sammy the Sloth and goes to the tune of Wheels on the Bus. So first of all, Sammy the Sloth doesn't move fast, so he just moves really slow. And Sammy, what kind of stuff does Sammy have on? Does he have feathers? No, he has fur, doesn't he? Now, does Sammy live here in Iron River? No, he lives in the rainforest, doesn't he? Now, what does Sammy eat again? Do you remember? We eat bugs and leaves and some fruit. But does he eat cheese and crackers? No. So it goes like this. Does Sammy the Sloth move fast? Sammy the Sloth doesn't move fast, doesn't move fast, doesn't move fast. Sammy the Sloth doesn't move fast because he moves very slowly. Does Sammy have feathers? No. Sammy the Sloth doesn't have feathers, doesn't have feathers, doesn't have feathers. Sammy the Sloth doesn't have feathers because he has fur. Does Sammy the sloth live here? No. Sammy the sloth doesn't live here, doesn't live here, doesn't live here. Sammy the sloth doesn't live here because he lives in the rainforest. Final question. Does Sammy the sloth eat cheese and crackers? No, he doesn't. Sammy the sloth doesn't eat cheese, doesn't eat cheese, doesn't eat cheese. Sammy the sloth doesn't eat cheese because he eats leaves, insects, and fruit. Let's try that one more time now that you gotta have the tone of that story and the words. Sammy the sloth doesn't move fast, doesn't move fast, doesn't move fast. Sammy the sloth doesn't move fast because he moves very slowly. Sammy the sloth doesn't have feathers, doesn't have feathers, doesn't have feathers. Sammy the sloth doesn't have feathers because he has fur. Sammy the sloth doesn't live here, doesn't live here, doesn't live here. Sammy the sloth doesn't live here because he lives in the rainforest. And finally, Sammy the sloth doesn't eat cheese, doesn't eat cheese, doesn't eat cheese. Sammy the sloth doesn't eat cheese because he eats leaves and bugs and fruit. There you go. Well, Sammy is a sloth. And what does the word Sammy begin with? Well, it makes a sound. Is that maybe an S? Where does it end up in the alphabet? Let's check that out. Here's our alphabet. Letters move there. There we go. So let's see where the S is. So let's start with the letter A. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. There's the S. So S is for Sammy, S is for snake, and S is for sock. Yes, those are all different S sounds, aren't they? And we also know that it also begins our word, which is the animal today, which is the word sloth. Sloth. Now we're going to be singing a song kind of similar to our song Bingo, if you've heard of that one. It kind of is going to be like that, only it's going to be the word sloth. And each refrain, we're going to take one of the letters down and we're going to slap hands instead. So let me get off the screen so that you can see there better. There we go. And the song goes like this. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. S-L-O-T-H, S-L-O-T-H, S-L-O-T-H. I really love the sloth. So we're going to take down the S. There we go. Now we're going to clap instead of that. We're going to clap once, go like this. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. Clap, L-O-T-H, clap, L-O-T-H, L-O-T-H, and sloth. I really love the sloth. I'm going to take off the L, and we're going to clap 2 times and have to point out the O, T, and H. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, the many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. O-T-H, O-T-H, O-T-H. I really love the sloth. I'm going to tip off the O. my fingers there. There we go. And now we're going to clap hands. 3, get my fingers on it. 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. TH, 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 and really love the sloth. I'm going to take off the T. And how many letters we have left now? 1 is there. So we're going to clap our hands 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. 1, 2, 3, 4, H. 1, 2, 3, 4, H. 1, 2, 3, 4, H. I really love the sloth. So now we're going to take the H off and we're going to have no letters. So that means we are going to clap our hands 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It goes like this. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. The rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. I really love the sloth. Let's do that last one again because you clap your hands so many times. 5 times each. So here it goes. The rainforest has many friends, many friends, many friends. Rainforest has many friends. My favorite is the sloth. S-L-O-T-H-S-L-O-T-H. I really love the sloth. Well, you love the sloth and I love the sloth. But these animals in our next story are not sure if what even a sloth is. It goes, and it's called Sloth at the Zoo by Melanie, Becker, and Orbie. Now, it's not the zoo, it is the Zoom. That's a big difference there. Sloth at the Zoo. One bright day, a truck whizzed up to the front gate of the zoo. There was a new animal being delivered. See, there's the zoo. It's got a parrot right up there, a couple other birds there. All the children were pretty happy and excited to be there. It was a sloth delivery, delivered to Zoo, 37 Zoo Street. It took a long time for the zookeepers to get the sloth out of the truck. First, they had to wake her. Then she needed a sip of water and a bit of a stretch too. When she finally looked around, the sloth was perplexed. You see, she thought her new home would be pretty laid back because it says rest and relax at the zoo. Look at all those sloths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sloths. They're hanging from the trees, all taking a nap. They do look pretty laid back, don't they? But it was the Zoom, not the zoo. At the Zoom, the zebras galloped so fast they left their stripes and puddles. Look at that. Do they really do that? Nah. But the sloth is definitely checking it out. The monkeys climbed so fast they forgot to stop at the treetops. Look at they're doing somersaults in the air. And the parrots flew so fast their tails drew rainbows across the sky. Do they do rainbows? No, they don't. But it sure looks pretty, doesn't it? What's all this fuss and flutter about? Wondered the sloth. After a few weeks, the sloth was ready to make a new friend. She called out, "Hello, cheetah. Where are you going?" going in such a hurry? No time to chat. Busy, 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 said the cheetah. Don't you have anything to do? The sloth nodded. Of course. I have to listen to the shh, shh, shh of the wind in the leaves. A few weeks later, the sloth called the monkeys. Hello, would you like to hang with me? Can't stop now, the monkey screeched. We're running ever so late. He raced up and down and around the jungle gym. The sloth shrugged her shaggy shoulders. Then she chose a comfy spot where the sun's golden rays would tickle her belly all day long. She looks pretty comfortable there, doesn't she? Yeah. A few weeks after that, the sloth flagged down the zebras as they zipped by. I like your stripes, she called. They whinnied their thanks without stopping. The sloth sighed. She shook her shaggy head. No one here has any time. Quite so, a voice replied. The sloth looked up. Nothing. The sloth looked down. There, cupped in a philodendron leaf, was a snail. Right there. Little tiny thing. Now, snails don't move fast either. Why, hello down there, said the sloth. Nice to meet you. There was a long silence. Then the snail said, since you don't seem too busy, perhaps you'd care to have a snack with me. There was another long, comfortable pause. I'd be delighted, said the sloth, but this could take a while. I'm in no hurry, replied the snail. So the sloth starts making her way along the branch. And she gets a little closer. She's got to eat some leaves. And she gets a little closer. And then she drops slowly down by the snail. When the sloth arrived at the snail's leaf, they shared a bite. Then they shared a cool drink. And as the setting sun adorned the sky, they shared a contented sigh. The monkey swung over. What are you doing? Sloth offered them some iced tea. Next came the cheetah. What's going on? Snail offered her a sweet green leaf to nibble on. Mind if we join you? Asked the zebras. Everyone stuffed, shuffled to make some room. And as day became night and night became day, the animals at the zoo slowed down. Just long enough, that is, to become fast friends. See, there's the cheetah and the sloth, the monkeys, and the zebras, the snail, and some parrots. all enjoying themselves at the picnic. And that is the end. That was called Sloth at the Zoo by Helaine, Becker, and Orbie. Well, that concludes our story time, except for our final song. So let us do that. But before I get started, I just want to mention we'll be again having story time again on the 4th. It'll be again with the Zoom and on the channel with YouTube. So I will be putting that on our Facebook page too. If anybody wants to know, you can just send them to our Facebook page, or not our Facebook page, our website, which is ironriverlibrary.org. All right, our final song is The Story Time is Over. And it says a tune if you happen to know it. So let's show you how you clap your hands, stomp your feet, and then shout hooray, and then do all three. All right, it goes like this. Story time is over, clap your hands. Story time is over, clap your hands. Story time is done. I hope you had some fun. Story time is over, clap your hands. Story time is over, stomp your feet. Story time is over, stomp your feet. Story time is done. I hope you had some fun. Story time is over, stomp your feet. Story time is over, shout hooray, hooray. Story time is over, shout hooray, hooray. Story time is done. I hope you had some fun. Story time is over, shout hooray, hooray. Story time is over, do all three. Hooray. Story time is over, do all three. Hooray. Story time is done. I hope you had some fun. Story time is over, do all three. Hooray. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you again on October 4th. Have a good day. Bye.